Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Musa Jallo, and in today's video, I'm gonna be reacting to a video by Real Life Lore, and the video is entitled "What If Africa Was Just One Country?" This video is like from 5 years ago. It's like a little bit old, but I'm like so fascinated by this concept. Like, what if Africa was just one country? Like no border, no restriction, one nationality, one passport, one currency, and stuff like that. I don't know how it will turn out, but like I'm like really so interested to see, like honestly speaking. If you have another video on the react to, you can like drop them down below in the comment section below. I will try to react to them. And if you're not subscribed yet, just like hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. With no further delay, let's get into the reaction. Damn man, I hate asking people to subscribe. It feels so weird. But we gotta do it to grow, right? We have to do it to grow, but I don't like asking people to subscribe. But enough of the mumbling, let's get into the video.
Africa is a continent, and as many of us know, the continent is not a single country. Africa is currently divided between 54 different independent countries, but what would happen if all of these countries united today to form a united African state? What would Africa the country look like in the world, and how powerful of a country would it actually be? For starters, Africa is huge and covers over 20% of all the land on Earth, making it about 70% of the same size as all of Asia, or
That is crazy, like 20% of all the land on the earth. That's really big, man. That's really so big.
about 3 times the size of all of Europe. 1.2 billion people currently live in Africa, or about 16% of the entire global population. So interestingly, a united African state would actually have a smaller population than both India and China.
I don't know how it's just even possible, like what? That's why I feel like if Africa to be like Africa beyond one country, it is possible, Like it is possible it can be done, but like look at it, look at China population, like 1.37 billion, India 1.31 billion, and Africa like 1.2, So they have like almost 300 million people more than us,
But this wouldn't be the case for very long, since Africa is currently experiencing the largest population boom in the world. The population of the continent has doubled since just 1990, and the continent
Wow.
is expected to surpass the populations of both India and China in the same year, 2022. According to official UN estimates, the population of Africa is expected to reach a massive 4.4 billion people by the end of the 21st century and comprise 39% of the global population.
There. 4.4 billion African, like black people are taking over, It feels so weird to say, but like yeah, oh my god, 39% of the earth population, But like, oh my god, like Egypt have a really big population also. I think they are like over 100 million, Like Egypt, I feel like it is the country of the biggest population in North Africa,
This enormous demographic shift in the future will ensure that a united African state has a dominant position in the world, but it comes with several challenges. The population of Africa currently is the youngest in the world, with a median age of just 19.7 years old compared to the global average of 30.4 years old. Literacy rates are also low, with only 64% of the population being considered literate, but this varies between regions.
64%. I feel like it's a bit low, but I expected it to be like way worse than this, But that means like it's improving, This video is like from 5 years ago, so now maybe today will even be like way better than this,
In Libya, for example, the literacy rate is very high at 94.2%, while in South Sudan it is very low at only 27%. HIV infection rates in the continent would also pose a severe challenge to the United Africa, as 11% of the population in sub-Saharan Africa is currently infected with the
Man,
disease.
that's a lot though, 11%. I feel like people, we have to try and get cure for this HIV, Because imagine like 1.2 billion people and then like 11% of them have HIV. That's a lot, Damn. Look at little Sierra Leone right here, Like Sierra Leone alone, I think they have like 24 different languages that is spoken there, Like it's like a country of just 6 million people, Like Uganda, I know they have like 50 plus languages that is spoken in Uganda, Nigeria, they have like 500 plus languages that is spoken in Nigeria alone, I think like the whole of Europe don't speak like more than 500 languages, But like in just Nigeria, they have like 500 languages plus. That's crazy, man.
Really is. Because of this, it's almost impossible to give figures for exact ethnic populations in the continent, but no one single group would even have over an 8% share of the total population.
That's really good, actually, That's good.
In terms of religions, here is a religious map of the continent. Christians and Muslims would be almost perfectly divided, with each faith claiming about 47% of the continent's population. Traditional African religions would represent about 10% of the population, and this adds to more than 100% because several people hold mixed beliefs. About a final 2% of the population would be atheist or non-religious. Next, we have a map of where the 10 largest cities on the continent.
Man, this is crazy though. Lagos, Cairo. Where's number 3? Kinshasa. Oh my, Kinshasa is really big though. Number 4 is Johannes. Oh my God. Johannesburg. Khartoum. Oh my, you know, like you would have, like if you would have asked me before I see this video, like how big do you think Khartoum is? I wouldn't have told you this, like the capital city of Sudan. I wouldn't have told you like it is like the one of the biggest city in Africa. Dar es Salaam, Algeria, on Algiers, the capital city of Algeria, in Abidjan. Oh my God, oh my, but I like how it's like evenly distributed. Like on like the East Coast, like you have one country in the south, you have like Dar es Salaam on like the East Coast of Africa. And you have like Sudan. I will like give that to North Africa. You have Cairo, you have Alexandria. You have two of the biggest city, and Nigeria. You have Lagos. You have, oh my God, like this is actually crazy.
Continent are located. The biggest city, Lagos in Nigeria, has a greater population than all of Romania combined.
Damn.
But despite this, it probably wouldn't be the capital city. I predict that the capital city would probably be located here in Ethiopia at Addis Ababa. This is because an organization called the African Union already exists, similar in some ways to the European Union in Europe. The African Union's headquarters are already located in Addis Ababa, and the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa is also headquartered here. Addis Ababa is often already called the political capital of Africa, so it would make sense to agree that the city would serve as the capital.
Actually, if Africa become like a one country, if it's possible, I feel like they shouldn't have one capital city. I feel like they should have like the South African model, like how they have like how South Africa they have like I think 3 different capital city. So like I feel like they should like try to implement that. Like I feel like every region should have like one major branch of government. Like
City of the United Continent as well. Cairo and Johannesburg would probably be the largest financial centers of the United Africa and serve very important roles as well. Africa is incredibly rich in natural resources, possessing 90% of the world's platinum, 50% of its gold, 50% of its diamonds, and another 33% of its uranium. Despite this, however, it remains the poorest continent on the planet. The United African State would have a GDP of 2.39 trillion US dollars, making it only the 7th largest economy in the world. It would barely beat out India's economy, but remain behind those of France, the United Kingdom, and Germany. The GDP per capita of Africa would only be $1,992 per year, but that figure isn't totally accurate of how crushing the poverty on the continent actually is because of rampant government corruption. According to the World Bank, poverty is defined as living under $1.25 per day. Based on that, 50% of the population of sub-Saharan Africa would be living in poverty, with the average poor person on the continent living on less than 70 cents per day. This picture kind of highlights how severe this problem is.
Man, this is like so crazy though. Like we have all the resources, we have all like the capital, we have the land. People just need to go and get the knowledge and apply it. But like people who want to be in power is the people who don't have the knowledge, so they just come and like try to fill their pocket with like stolen money from people, from the government. It actually pisses me off sometimes.
Especially when you compare it to other continents. But Africa has a lot of room to grow. The continent is projected to be the quickest growing region in the world in the future, and her GDP is expected to finally overtake France and the United Kingdom by 2023, but will still remain behind Germany then. All things considered though, Africa certainly has the potential, if it united, to become a superpower by the close of the 21st century. It would have a massive population to fuel a massive army and a potentially huge economy that could one day rival the rest of the world. With one flag, Africa the country would be a united continent, optimistically looking forward to what the future would bring for her.
I'm not activist, like I'm not that into politics, if I'm being honest with you, but like I feel like if this movement come up, like the Pan-Africanism movement, like making Africa to become like a one country, I wouldn't mind supporting it. because I feel like people they are stronger when they are together. But the thing is, how you gonna? I don't know. Maybe it's the youth that will make that possible, but with to the politicians, I don't see that happening. To be honest with because I don't really feel like they have the vision to like make something like this happen. Because most of the other thing about is like put the money in the pocket. It's really so crazy, but it's the truth. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you do, remember to like and comment down below. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.